Nash K has this morning's devotion. Today's reading is from Psalm 139, verses 14. I praise you, and I am fearful and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your words. My soul knows it very well. Please bow your heads as we pray. Dear Father God, we thank you for today. We thank you again for the opportunity to just be at this wonderful establishment. We thank you for the safety that you have provided each and every one of us with, and the health that we all have. I pray that we are just able to grow together in school and outside of school, and just use what we've been given to glorify and serve you better. In your name we pray. Amen. Coach Ray will introduce this morning's chapel.
We have a very special program this morning, and it has significant ties to the MUS community. As you know, the football team will be taking the field against Pure tonight. Not everybody knows what Pure is, but you're going to hear about Pure today as we have the director of Pure, the man who helped get this off the ground and started. And so I'm going to introduce first Liam Shepard, whose mother, I believe, is on the board at Pure. And then following Liam will be Mr. Harvey Kay, who's a 1975 MUS graduate, and he is chairman of the board of Pure. And then he will introduce Mr. Cole, who is our speaker for today. Liam?
Good morning, guys. I'm Liam Shepard, and this morning I have the honor to introduce my friend and mentor, Mr. Melvin Cole. Mr. Cole is the founder and executive director of Pure Athletic Academy in Whitehaven, Tennessee. Mr. Cole created Pure to, as he said, help save young boys like himself. Pure football started up last year when Shelby County Schools shut down all fall athletic activities. Now they are playing a full season against teams like CBHS, Briarcrest, SPA, and Southland. Students at Pure are a lot like us in the sense that they also go to a private school, but with the notable difference being that most of the students at Pure live on campus year-round to help build the structure and discipline it takes to be the high-level athletes that they are producing. Imagine it a lot like an IMG Academy, but a lot less expensive. Coach Melvin has made a huge impact on the lives of his students, and today he will share with us how he strives to make a difference in our greater community. Their story has been covered by Sports Illustrated, the Daily Memphian, Commercial Appeal, and local news stations. Today, Pure has about 40 students enrolled in their program and a football team that we're playing tonight. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Harvey Kay. I'm a 1975 alum, and it's been about 47 years since I've been on the stage. So I'm just like probably the majority of you kids out there. I was born and raised in Memphis to a very privileged and loving, nurturing family. I got a great elementary education, was privileged enough to be able to come to MUS and get a great education here, go to college, and I was supported and nurtured all the way through all that. And looking back 40 years, I realized that it was time to give something back to the community that I've been so lucky to be a part of, and to have that privileged upbringing, be able to get out of college with no debt. A lot of great things. So I decided, I was talking to a girl at my church, and her name is Tammy Galwin, and I said she was working with a lot of inner school kids. I said, if you ever come up on any opportunity to tutor or something like that, when I'm not working, I have a lot of time off. So she said, yeah, I need you to come out here and talk to this guy named Melvin Cole and hear his story. So I did, and I'm not going to relate that to you because he can do it a lot better than I can. But Melvin also grew up in Memphis, just like me, born and raised. But because he grew up in a different situation, it was a completely different upbringing. And But I will tell you this about him. He graduated from White Station High School. He got a full ride scholarship to play college football at Bowling Green State University. He graduated from college with a BA. He was a drug dealer, and he's a convicted felon, and he's one of my heroes. Melvin Cole.
Two claps if you with me. Nah, y'all gotta give me more than that. We ain't enemies yet. It ain't tonight. Two claps if you with me. Two claps if you with me. Yes, sir. Hey, I appreciate this opportunity, guys. You know what I mean? To be able to tell y'all my story, to be able to make sure y'all understand what's going on and why we do what we do, and why some of your parents do what they do. But so I kind of get started. It was kind of different. It's just like a bell ring. I never forget, it was my 7th grade year in the hallway. The principal came on the intercom. He said, teachers, staff, I got an important announcement to make. So everybody stops in the hallway. And he said, Coach Jones was killed in a car accident. And I remember standing in that hallway asking myself, did he just say killed? And all I heard was killed. So I immediately started throwing my books all out of my locker and across the hallway. And one of the teachers came to me and grabbed me. She said, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I said, nah, no it won't. I don't think you understand. Coach was the only one that gave me hope. He was the only one that believed in me. I have nothing left. That's when my life took a turn. Growing up, watching your grandma have sex for heroin, that's a different feeling. When the man telling you, get out the room, boy, before you next. So at 7, 8 years old, I had a decision to make. If I was going to be a junkie or a dealer. Right then and there, I chose to be a dealer. All my uncles was dealers. Every uncle I had, all 4 of them was dealers. I had cousins, and they were junkies. I had grandmas that was junkies, that was addicted to heroin and crack. So I said, nah, dealer I am. For some crazy reason, God gave me an itch to play football. I never was able to play Little League, didn't have money, resources, cars, anything. So what I did, I ran around the neighborhood. We had old tires on the road. I tied stitching cords to my waist and ran through the neighborhood. And I said, whenever I play, I'll be great. Because I'm either going to be the best football player to put on pads, or I'm going to be the best drug dealer to ever live. My mind was made up then. So going into my 7th, going after my coach died, I started getting into it with the games. I was searching for love just like everybody else. So the 8th grade coach come, he said, why don't you give football another chance? I said, man, nah. I associated football with pain. So I said, all right. So we go out there in 8th grade year, I give it another shot. I'm playing with passion. Then I get into a fight at school, gang-related. Now I'm kicked out of school for the rest of the school year, labeled to a minute. I'm just in the 8th grade. Since I live in the hood, now my spot is the skip spot. Now I got everybody coming over, the girls, the guys, we doing it all. Boom! Now I'm a teenage father at the age of 14. I turned to my best friend that was 2 years older than me that already had a son. Bro, what should I do? I'm clueless. My daddy ain't even got advice for me. He ain't never been a daddy. He don't even love me. What should I do? He said, you got to do the opposite, but you got to start with here. So he gave me my first ounce of weed. He said, don't smoke it, sell it. I said, show me how. So we took a small little Altoid box and broke it down in $5 blunts and stuffed it in there. I said, I sell it to all the kids on A, B, and C lunch. That's what I did. I had a girl that was pregnant that couldn't take care of herself. So every time she needed shoes, every time she needed clothes, she asked me, and the only thing I knew, I didn't want to be like my dad. So I decided to be like my uncles and continue dealing on and on. So then I got another opportunity in the 10th grade. A guy reaches out to my mom and said, hey, is there any way I can talk to your son? He needs to give football another try. I looked at him and I said, man, I'm grown now. I got a kid. I done created habits. I'm feeling myself. Nah, I'm cool. But man, being a mama's boy at heart, like probably all of us are, I said, okay, I'll try for my mom. So I went to White Station my 10th grade year, and I hated it. I hated everything about White Station. I hated the kids, the people, the coaches, all of the above. I wanted out. So, of course, I sabotaged. I did everything I could to get out and got another board suspension. Kicked out. I said, I told y'all this is where I'm supposed to be. I had made a decision a long time ago. So then I get another opportunity. Man, Melvin, would you give football one more chance? I said, dog, I'm done. I got a whole life. I got a whole responsibility. My daughter's depending on me. She's 2 now. I remember telling the coach that was recruiting me, I said, Coach, me and your daughter's the same age. What do you want me to do? So I had a little voice from God that said, take the opportunity again. You'll hear that word. So I said, all right, I'll give it another shot. So I went to Briarcrest. I hated everything about it. Hated the kids, hated the people, hated the coaches. But I loved ball, and they had some good ball over there. And Freeze could coach his butt off. So I said, all right, maybe I'll play ball, I'll sell drugs, and if I go out to college and sell drugs, and then when I go to the National Football League, I don't have to sell drugs anymore, and I can take care of my daughter. And I could be that dad that I always wanted to be. I had it all figured out. I had the plan. Boom, 12th grade year, I get kicked out of Briarcrest, breaking the rules. Now I'm back at the ghetto. Full ride. Don't even know how I'm graduating from high school now. Top 10 in the city, top 25 coming out of the state of Tennessee. But I ain't got a clue where I'm graduating from. And I got a daughter that constantly needs hard bottoms. And I got a begging, nagging baby mama. So we finally talked to Whitehaven, I graduated. So I go off to college and I said, there it is. All right, this is my plan. I'm halfway there. Got hooked up with some guys, figured out I get weed for a cheap price in Memphis. They pay a lot down up there in Ohio in the Midwest. Just like you study Fred Smith, I studied him too. So I created the FedEx of cocaine in Ohio. Just like Memphis, whatever go to the north got to come through here, whatever come to the south, east and west was the same. And I figured out the guys there, they was further away from the border, so that increased their price. So I turned into my version of Fred Smith with the ideal and purpose of I'll take care of my daughter. In my mind, I was doing the right thing. In my mind, I had a great opportunity. In my mind, I was going to be better than Dad. I was going to show him how to be Dad. Boom, I'll never forget. Friday, we got morning lifts. I go in, I do my morning lifts. Boom, kill it. Get ready to get on the road. I got a drug transaction in Chicago, Illinois. I've been doing business with these guys 3 times, 3 different transactions. I'll never forget, right before I'm leaving, I'm listening to the 50 Cent song, Many Men was death upon me, blood in my eyes, dog, but I can't see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. So that's what I'm thinking as I'm taking this ride to Chicago. So we meet in the park, broad daylight. I stare in the area like I've been taught. All I see is a bum and a girl laying on a bench. The bum who I thought was a bum. So the guy gets in my car. We start talking. He said, my brother's on the way with the rest of the money. I said, cool. So then he started talking about crack. I thought to myself, crack? Right then I felt like he was the undercover, the FBI. I said, Melvin, you better kill him now and kick him out the car and get back out of here or you're going to jail. I hesitate killing him. Before I knew it, I turned. There was a barrel gun in my face. I reached for my gun. Boom, boom. The guy in the car grabbed the money. He grabbed the gun, grabbed the weed. They took off running. I laid there in that car, burning from the inside. See, you guys got burnt from the outside, so you blow it off. When that bullet hits you and you burn it from the inside, it's a different feeling. See, in surgery, they put you to sleep, but when you can smell your own flesh burning, it's a different feeling. It's a different thought process. It takes you to a different place. So I laid there and I said, damn, I thought I was going to go out in a shootout. I never imagined not being able to shoot back. So I never forget, the ambulance coming there, the lady, baby, fight for your life, fight for your life. I said, nah, it's cool. This is how it goes. You win some, you lose some. The whole ride to Cook County Hospital, she encouraged me, fight for your life, baby, fight for your life. I had no idea what that meant. Fight for your life? The only life I knew was junkies and drug dealers, rats and roaches. That's the life you want me to fight for? Nah, I'm tired. Let me go on the hill with gasoline draws on. I'm good. Too hard for me. So she convinced me to fight. We finally make it to Cook County Hospital, so I'm laying there. Police come in, want to do investigations. I got no answers. I got no questions. The nurse comes and says, Mr. Cole, your cousin's here to see you. Cousin? I ain't got no cousin. Don't let nobody come back here. The guys was coming to finish the job. Why? Because they knew if I was still alive, we were coming back to finish the job. My reputation preceded me and my family. So I told the nurse, don't let anybody come back here. I called my friend. I said, hey, I'm finna take off from the hospital. Come get me. So I take off running from Cook County Hospital. Finally make it to his apartment. I called my mom. I said, Mom, drug deal went wrong. Give me a plane ticket. It's on a Wednesday. My mom gets the plane ticket Thursday to fly me out. For some crazy reason, I lose my connecting flight in Atlanta. So now my body is starting to shut down. So the airport people, they got me in a little hotel. Make sure they usher us to the airport the next morning so we can catch the flight. And I got up out of my hotel bed and I walked to the front desk. I said, ma'am, my cell phone has died and I'm dying. Can I use your phone to call my mom so at least they'll know where I'm at? I called my mom. I told her what happened. That Friday morning, I made it back to Memphis in the airport. My brother picked me up. My brother was a bona fide armed robber. He robbed anybody. I was scared of him. I had to remind her, hey, man, I give it to you. You my brother. So the first time in 22 years was I saw my brother cry. I knew I was in a bad situation. So he got me home, and my mama bathed the blood off of me that I was still stuck in from Wednesday from the shooting. So all my buddies, they crowded at my house, and nobody could understand why I could barely talk. I had 2 holes in my back. That night, my mother and father is arguing. I never forget my father tells my mother, I'm telling you, Roberta, something else is wrong. He's too strong to act like that because of a shot in the shoulder. It's something else. I'm telling you, I know him. The next morning, they came in and flipped me over. They said, son, do you understand you got the same holes in your head and your back? Did you get shot in your head? I said, man, I don't know. One thing I know is I look, he had that gun, I reached for my hammer, and it was over with. So now I go to the hospital, fractured skull, bullet in occipital lobe. You guys take health and anatomy, occipital lobe. That's the most sensitive part of the brain. You know, when the brain has a foreign object, it closes it off immediately. So now I got a bullet that's stuck in the occipital lobe. So I spent 14 days in the med trying to figure out how to read, how to count. I had so much pride, I didn't want any help. Then I had a meeting with my cousin and one of my uncles, Uncle Flip. He said, the drug gang has robbed you of your dream. Look what it's done to your family. Now you got to get everything you back from the drug gang. And that's what I did. I went at the drug gang with vengeance. I said, I'm going to put this gang down so hard, they're going to have to kill me or send me to prison. Because I'm going to do it better than anybody's ever done it. I'm going to do it harder than anybody's ever did it. So quite naturally, we had 7 cities in Ohio. I got the ultimate price, a prison sentence. I was caught with 2 kilos of cocaine on one case, fought another case on a secret indictment for running a criminal enterprise. We had more money than the law can allow. Paid for a great lawyer. I got 68 months. I had no plans on stopping. I didn't know what stopping was. I couldn't spell the word stop. All I knew was go. I had taken my reverse out when I was 7 years old. It was all go. That was my life. That's who I was. And I was cool with everything that came with it. But it was one day in prison as I was getting ready to lock down, and I was walking back to my cell. And I watched this boy get brutally raped. And I hurry up and rush to my cell, and I dropped to my knees, and I said, God, that could not happen to me. Because I killed him, myself. I can't live with it. I said, God, if you get me out here a prison virgin, I can make the rest of my life to save you. So I was granted parole after 2 years. Left prison a virgin. God had up his end of the bargain. I came home and unburied over $500,000 from the drug gang. Asked y'all parents in 2007, Obama bailed out the big 3, Chrysler GM, and I forgot the rest, the Ford. Their stock was at $1.07. It shot right back. So when I got out, I started my mission. But I still had that itch. Man, it's too slow for me. I'm used to this life. I'm used to that life. I'm used to doing what I want to do. Now I got to follow rules. Now I can't speed. Now I ain't smoking. Now I ain't got all the women. So I started to creep back into that old life. And I had a kid come to me and he wanted to live with me because his roof caved in. I said, no, she ain't coming to my house. And I had a best friend that told me, he said, man, if you renege on God, he gonna renege on you. Later on that night, I went home and looked in the bathroom, and I saw that same raping. The only difference this time, instead of the boy, it was me. And I immediately told God, I got you. I'm going to go pick him up in the morning. From then, I started the journey of heaven. That's where Pure came from. Progressing under restraints and extremes. Everybody got them. White, black, candy stripe, it don't matter. We all got those problems. We all got to progress up on them. So we went from there. We had a little league team. That was my passion. I never got a chance to play, so I wanted to create a free little league. Free jerseys, new jerseys, equipment. Kids played at Dallas Cowboy Field, everything. So when we started to drop them off, we noticed kids were sleeping on the porch in some of the craziest projects here in Memphis. We was noticing they didn't have a home to go to. Kids start asking, can they stay over? That's when I saw the need. So we took football a little bit further. So, of course, the great private school came and said, Coach, we'll take all your boys. I was excited. I said, this is a great opportunity for them. I realized the opportunity that I blew at Briarcrest. I said, this is a great opportunity for my guys. So they took that same IXS test that all y'all took. The only difference was they scored in the 0 percentile in every subject, every category. At this time, man, I didn't know what that even meant. I said, what does it? He said, it means your boys can't come here. I said, oh. But I saw the opportunity to fight. Now I understand what fight for your life meant. So I got with a group of people and some parents. I said, hey, what if we remove them from the Shelby County school system and create our own classroom? Make it conducive to their learning. I said, I guarantee you they'll perform just like a normal kid. I said, what if we take away some of the outside distractions at home that a lot of people know about or a lot of people act like they don't know about? Everybody got their uncle that won't stop touching you. Everybody got their cousin that always want to come over for the wrong reasons. Some of these kids, their last meal was lunch at 11 a.m. the day before. We all go crazy if we get hungry. No, I don't want to read when I'm hungry. No, I don't want to learn when I'm hungry. No, I don't want to learn when I've been touched all night. No, I don't want to learn when I'm wearing shoes that's 3 sizes too small. No, I don't want to learn. I don't care about geometry or geography. I'm worried about this war zone that I go home to every day. So I said, if we can take away those things that kids shouldn't have to be worried about, then we'll see the change in them. And that's what we did, guys. I moved 9 kids into my front living room. Me and my daughter shared the back bedroom. The young man you'll be playing against tonight, Taylor Carter, he gets his first scholarship in the 8th grade. We're on the news. We're excited. We're from the ghetto. We're on the news. When you're from the ghetto and you make it on the news, you done made it. That's your lottery ticket. Then I get a call from my landlord. Mr. Cole, I saw you on the news. I said, well, thank you. Yeah, we going good. He said, I just got one problem. I don't rent to convicted felons. You and your boys got to go. So now I was homeless with 9 kids and a daughter. Some kids had to go back to their house. I lost them to the streets and to the gangs. Some kids live with board members. I slept on board members' couch. I used to have Escalade. I slept in the back seat of it. Nobody ever knew. I was committed to my commitment. I saw the opportunity to fight. I saw the opportunity to fulfill an agreement that I set with God. I saw the opportunity to find out what type of man I really was. Anybody can kill. Anybody can commit a crime. Who can stand tall through adversity? I saw that opportunity. I stayed down. I talked to my chairman. I talked to some more people. They finally bought us a campus. It was a little over 4 acres of a campus. It was a swamp. We ended up knocking down over 90 trees, getting over 307 loads of dirt donated. Liam came out, helped with the field, him and his father. We rolled aside. It wasn't a special way. The crazy part about it, we was rolling aside and then had to practice and then come play a game against you guys. We overpaid the cost. That's how it is to be a boss, right, Coach? You got to overpay the cost. You can't pay the cost. You got to overpay the cost. That's all I knew, man. Anybody can pay the cost. Who gonna overpay the cost? So that's what we started to do. And I watched these young men develop and grow. So then COVID hit. School superintendent made a terrible decision. I said here in front of you, I said that day in front of him and everybody else. No school and no sports in the hood is the worst thing you can do. It'll kill you quicker than COVID will ever kill you. But more importantly, I saw dreams going down the drain. I saw the opportunity to help. I saw the opportunity to save. So I called TWSA. I said, hey, what I got to do to get these kids on the field? I called emergency board meetings. Hey, find me some money from somewhere. This is what we got to do. Y'all got the rich friends, help me out, find it. But these kids need these opportunities. So I called the MUS, I called the Briarcrest, I called the Christian Brothers. We'll help. I said, Coach, all I need is an opportunity. We got you. Man, all it took was an opportunity. They gave us an opportunity because somebody gave them an opportunity. That's all life is about. It's about taking advantage of an opportunity and creating an opportunity. That's what Peer is about. That's what we do. Every single day, just like that's what y'all do, creating that opportunity. Opportunities everywhere. Who's going to step up in class? Who's going to step up on the court, the field? It's opportunity. That's what I built my life on. Taking advantage of opportunities. Providing opportunities. So that's how Peer came about. That's how we are where we are today. So then after COVID, I thought it was over with. And then Kevin came to me and said, nah, I want to keep my team. He said, I've been at this thing since I was 8 years old. I'll be the only kid that wears his own jersey. So I said, all right. I said, it's going to be hard. I said, you know the teams we got to play. He said, I see the opportunity. I said, we're going to go get that opportunity. So, men, what I'll leave you with today before we open up to questions, opportunity. Take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of an opportunity. It's October 22nd, 2021. You'll never be able to get it back. It'll be another October, but you'll never be able to get this one back. You'll never be able to get your senior year in high school back. Take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of the opportunity. You may never get it again. Mom may not be there. Dad may not be there. The stock market may crash again. The grown people know what I'm talking about. You may be back to the basics. Your life may go from great to a dog fight in 30 seconds. How will you respond? Take advantage of an opportunity of a lifetime in the lifetime of opportunity. Thank you, man. You got any questions? That's all I have. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for coming and telling your story. That's powerful. and we know so much more about Pure now, and we know that we'll be on the field of friendly competition tonight, but it'll be a good evening and everything. So thank you for coming. And if any of you have questions afterwards, you can come up, but I know your student president here, body president, has some things to share with you. So Fred, take over.